Okay, we're locked now. Okay. Finally. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the fourth day of celebration of International Women's Day. Tonight on Spotlight on Migrant Domestic Workers is about social life, on how important it is for every human being to be able to inhale and exhale, or simply a me time. And that include migrant domestic workers. Human beings are social animals. Social life is one of the most important influences on mental and physical health. Without this, durable relationships, both minds and bodies, can fall apart. Families who employ domestic workers are dependent for survival on the quality of the relationship with the nannies, caregivers, or domestic workers. Domestic workers don't just allow others to do the work, but also importantly, allow them to enjoy social life. But how about this group of workers? Do they have social life? Let's find out tonight shortly. Hello, good evening, beautiful ladies. How are you tonight?
Good
We are
evening.
fine.
We are fine.
Okay, it's a very exciting topic, social life. Yeah. So I want to introduce my guest tonight. First, she is the very first, actually one of the first group of board of trustee of the Voice of Domestic Workers, and also she's in charge of fundraising and socializing working group of the Voice of Domestic Workers. Why we have that working group, why we're doing this, that for domestic workers, let's find out later on with her. Yeah, please welcome the ever youthful, beautiful looking Miss Saida Templanza.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Marisa. Thank you. Good evening, Gigi. Good evening, Sarah, Joy, and to
Good
everybody.
evening.
Next in my list is from Education Working Group, and she's one of our speakers during the launch of campaign to reinstate the rights of migrant domestic workers. So, and she's very confident and very beautiful. Please welcome Miss Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Thank you for that powerful introduce. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Good evening.
Yeah, okay. We recalled one guest from last night. So you all know that she's a powerful dancer. Please welcome the beautiful from fundraising working group as well. Yeah.
Good
Please welcome
evening.
Miss Lovely Joy.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay,
Thank
good
you.
evening. And last but not the least, okay, the she's not just the spokesperson of the Voice of Domestic Workers, but I think she's well known of earrings. That's why I have been wearing earrings as well because I'm under her influence. Yeah. And she's you can see all the highlights in her hair. Yeah, so please welcome our guest for tonight, the beautiful and sexy Miss Gigi.
Oh my goodness, grabe ka. Okay, good evening guys. Thank you. Good evening everybody.
Okay, okay. I want to go with Saida first to kind of help us explain why we're doing fundraising and socializing in the Voice of Domestic Workers. We do all those trips. Yes, Saida, you want to talk
Yeah,
about
okay.
it?
Thank you, Marisa. Uh, as as leader of fundraising, we normally this is my echo.
It's okay. You want to
Okay.
off one of your gadget, maybe.
Hold on, hold on. Shut down.
Yeah,
Okay na?
yeah.
Um, As a member and group leader of fundraising of the Voice of Domestic Worker, we normally used to have a trip, not just because we need to relax, we need to earn money, but there is it's like a bonding or meet up with different people, different or looking a new friend.
Mm.
So because uh, trippings are you could meet different uh, not just like you are
Yeah.
all together friends and friends. No, we
It's
could
the
we could
local.
see the place. Yeah, you could see the place and people that you are banging on the way, or just say hi to them and then make a friend. So
Yeah.
that's the reality when we do the trips with the Voice of the Domestic Worker. And um uh, the the best thing is the you're being a group or a solid one, to be friends together, something like that. And uh, it's like you your minds are it's not just focusing about your daily life, working 8 hours, 10 hours. It's not like that. So we want to ourselves like being happy as a worker, as a woman,
Mm.
as uh napatawag niyan, a career, whatever.
Mm.
So we want our mind sometimes to be
Mm.
relaxed and
Free from stress.
yes,
Yes.
free
Yes,
from
free from
stress.
stress. Get
Yes,
rid.
that's what we
It
want.
helps you
So
get
we,
rid of
we wanted
stress.
we wanted to be happy all the time. We don't want, especially now that we are in the pandemic, or in the situation that we're looking for a pandemic. So I encourage everyone not to stay home, because it's not it's not it's not giving you it's like
A
a
healthy
positive
life.
thing. Yeah, it, good out. You need to be inhale and exhale. You need to be
Fresh air.
take a breath, something like that. So for everybody who are listening to us now, um, sometimes if you have the free time or after work, get out from your place or workplace or whatever in there, and inhale and exhale and take a like take a fresh air. Yun nga sabi ng boss ko, take a fresh air.
I think
So
many of domestic workers don't really realize that. Let's say the work is until 7 p.m. and even if they are live in, and actually after the work they can just go out and take a
yes,
short work.
yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
a short walk.
because
Yeah.
because normally it's like eight
Mm,
hours supposed to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
But there are workers that more than that.
Yeah,
Me,
more
I'm
than that.
working 11 hours, but I don't
Oh,
mind because my boss is paying me per hour, so I
Yeah.
don't mind. The more hour, the more
So
pay. So I don't mind. Okay,
and
after work, because I'm walking distance only. So rather than you take a bus, take a walk. Especially now, don't take a bus, or train or whatever. Take a walk. Maybe 1 hour or 45 minutes from your distance from your workplace to your place. Do it rather than you take
Facebook,
a public transport. Yeah,
Facebook.
which is really good. It's really helpful on you. You save
Yeah.
and you become healthy. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna.
Okay, just a recap on the website is saying about the fundraising workings, fundraising projects that. So usually we do it every summer. So we do trips from different places in United Kingdom. We're dreaming actually that we can have a Europe trip, but now it's Brexit. How can we do that now? Yeah, so it's quite difficult, but hopefully one day, yeah.
No.
We raise fund because we do have domestic workers who've just arrived and who are fleeing from abusive employer, and we need some money to support them for temporary accommodation, clothing, traveling allowance for them to be able to find a new job and then stand on their own feet. Yeah, so that's where the money going to. But of course, with that is the socialization. We provide that because, many domestic workers were not even allowed to have a day off to be able to have just see the outside world. Is very cool. So that's why we've been providing that since every year, Saida, yeah, since we
Yes.
established in
Yeah.
2009. Yeah.
As long as we have a free or fifth Sunday of the in 1 month, so we go out. We don't care what weather we have in here in United Kingdom. As long as there's a fifth Sunday, we go out.
Yeah.
We go somewhere.
Oh, we have some viewers from. Hi, Michael. I know you are a big fan of ours, of the Voice of Domestic Workers. You're very active in following all our posts. So thank you so much, and good evening to everybody. Yeah, and just comment below if you want to contribute. Yeah, and comment below. Everybody can read that. Yeah. So, guys, are you ready for our first question? Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
Yes.
We are
Nervous.
ready.
my first question, which a kind of we touch already a little bit of it, but we want to know your individual situation. Yeah. So, what is your typical hours of work, and what do you do after work? Do you want to go, Joy, first?
Yeah. It's starting at 7 and finish at 7 also. So if I finish, because the weather now it's so dark if you go outside, so I choose to do workout
Mm.
inside my room. So I put AirPod on, I headset on my ears, listening to Shakira and like dance like that.
Oh, that's a very good answer. Okay. And
So my mind refresh.
but what about your family? Do they go also your children? What do you do for your children? Do they
Uh,
go out to play?
no, because in my place they are all neighbor and it seems like one compound. So all my niece, my cousin, they're all playing around
Okay.
the
Okay.
neighboring around the playground like that. So they enjoy, even it's lockdown, they cannot feel the lockdown. They
Okay.
still, but sometimes the kids want to go out in the cities to buy something, but they cannot go, and not like before they want to eat something but they cannot buy,
But
especially transportation.
without the lockdown, Joy, do you normally go somewhere to enjoy your day off? What do
Yes,
you usually do?
yeah, I always go around. I almost been around London.
Down with your
Yeah,
friends.
yeah,
But
with my friends.
so of course, aside from going to Unite the Union, yeah, to
Yes.
go with the Voice of Domestic Workers. Okay, what about you, Sarah? What's your typical hours of work?
For me, after my work, what I'm doing is like I love to sit in my seats here in our living room and then
Just
just facing whole night the tele for Netflix, something like that. Because of the Netflix, I can forget, I can divert my brain from isolation, from sometimes you are
yeah.
depressed or sometimes you have a problem as well, so you need to relax myself, otherwise I will have a mental breakdown, especially there's no one you can communicate because in my job, we are not that I don't have that kind of job that I used to have before, that I have a workmate or colleagues
Mm,
that I can have a chat every day today. But here is I'm isolate, so of course my focus is only job and myself.
mm,
So far only that one. That's, I think, thanks to Netflix, you saved my life. And and sometimes chatting with my friends. Yeah, seriously.
Is your
I
Netflix from free from your employer? You can
No,
access the
I'm
Netflix
paying for it.
yourself.
I'm paying it
Oh,
monthly.
that's
Yeah.
terrible. Yeah.
But at least it helps me a
Yeah,
lot,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I could imagine when after my work and I will eat and I will go to my bed and I miss my
I,
family. I
I'm
used
just,
to be
yeah. I'm just,
before.
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, okay, go ahead, go.
Yeah, so sometimes it happens to me in the midnight, you know. You cannot avoid it that you miss your
Mm.
family out of nowhere, you know. And made me cry and something like that. So thanks to Netflix,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm just wondering why some employers also need to think that you also need to like watch TV, you know, I think put TV in your room, especially you live in, yeah, guys. So
Yes.
I hope
Yeah.
the other employers would do that, but I think quite many of them. But of course, to others, I don't think so. They find time really because they finish very late, midnight, yeah, until midnight they're working. Okay, what about you? The very sociable. Let's find out more exciting about uh Gigi's life. What about you? What's how do you manage your time to do your social life?
Well, for me, of course, aside from work, because I'm
Mm,
very busy, with the kids, but it's fine for me because I've learned, to know the kids and everything, so I manage to do that. But of course, it's really important to, to have a social life, especially if you're in a busy weekdays. But you need to think, of course, after that, it's like treating yourself also. It's really important to have a social life, like it's getting rid of your stress. So sometimes at on the weekend, of course, it's the time to, to meet some of my friends, hanging out with them, like going eating dinner with them, drinking like that. And what like before, if it's not the lockdown, we're going to, like doing party together with
mm,
them. And it is the time, to really bond, chatting and bonding with them, because it's really important also to bond with them, because sometimes you talk, you just not only talking about family. Of course, you're also, about your frustration, about your disappointment, because I think socialization is just, sometimes it's also help us being healthy,
mm,
because it's really important, to interact with other people. It's really more on developing your personality. So I think this is, aside from work, it's really important, to treat yourself, love yourself, and sometimes even once a week, to be beautiful for yourself. I think this is really the most important thing.
mm. What about you, Saida? How do you have what time your typical hours? What time do you
Um,
work?
I start at 7 and finish at 7, and after that, because I'm a, I'm a nanny maternity nurse, so usually I always at the bell. So I need to go bring the babies. If I'm not inside the house because of the online class of the eldest one, so I'm at the park. So that's my daily routine every Monday to Friday, and half day of Saturday. Uh, Always at the park with that little one, and then I couldn't do it now, like doing my since this is since when lockdown here in central London. So before, after 7 p.m., I used to go somewhere else, like I'm
Mm,
meeting friends. But now because
Yeah.
of that,
Yes.
I just after work home, and then just watching my Korean telenovela. So Saturday and Sunday, that's the time I need to do the workout.
yeah, I'm the same, guys. You know, I finish all the English documentary movie. Yeah, and then I
Yeah.
but left with Korean, so I turned to Korean. This lockout, I lockdown, yeah, is terrible.
Korea, Korean telenovela. really helps me a lot because
Yeah,
I have a quick question among of
yeah.
us that I'm confused that do you think that this pandemic will makes you more closer to your family?
I think
yes,
yes.
yes,
Yes.
Yes.
because you have plenty of time now to communicate with them. Unlike before, that you're always going out somewhere there after work. Now you have to stay. You need to be stay home and talk to them and chat with them.
I think for quite so many of you guys, that's the situation. I think for others it is not, because I think we listened to the previous talk previous nights. Yeah, that because you imagine the children, the parents are all at home.
Yeah, it's a
It's
yeah.
double the work. So
Yeah,
we
it's double the work, everything. I know. It's the
have
same
time.
like me.
Yeah, see? So
Yeah,
yeah, so
even for even you don't about school, because you need to help them connect in Zoom. Look at the one by one because sometimes they play, they don't connect to, they don't go to online school. They're playing all this kind of like what is the Minecraft or everything. So you need to
Yeah.
monitor these children every you need to move check them because they're not on the online class. That's the worst thing. It's more stressful.
yeah. So actually that goes to our next question. So do you have me time before and during the lockdown? If you have, what do you normally do? So I think did the lockdown change your lifestyle? I think that's maybe the good way to answer
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
question. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Sarah, you want to go first?
Yes, for me is lockdown makes me change a lot. It's first thing is I save a lot in fairness because if there's no lockdown, I'm sure that every weekend I'm in a Westfield with joy, spending money, Starbucks, something like that. For the fair. Yeah, because you know that you're not scared
Mm,
of COVID, so you are free to go. So you didn't think too much about that. But because of this, I save a lot. And fairness, that makes me. And second thing is this pandemic trained me a lot to be strong enough to be
mm,
alone
mm,
time to time. You know, to fight to especially the mentality because it's hard.
mm,
And second is, yeah, my question to you guys, you said that, yeah, it makes you it gives you a time a lot with your family. But for me it's upset. It's because for me it's like it makes worse. I don't know, but so weird, I know. But in fairness, we miss each other, but I don't know why that goes things.
mm.
But just we put aside that kind of situation.
Yeah, yeah. I think we
So I
all have.
think that's the good part of this pandemic. Honestly, it disciplined me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. How about you, Joy? Do you have me time now that they are all at home?
Yes.
Did, did you try to make at least a me time, your
Yeah.
own
I
time?
yes. Especially I know now how to love myself. Not always before, because before I'm always
Yeah,
sending money back home
yes.
for giving what they want like that. But now, thanks God, because of the pandemic, like Sarah said, I didn't spend a lot of money because of buying some things or nonsense. Now I can earn, then I can. Oh, but the problem for me is I always think about my family. That cannot always think about, because especially now, they don't have any job to Philippines like that.
But also,
Especially my
think and our other members lost their job. So I think
yeah
we shouldn't be expressing positively or be grateful to this pandemic, because there are many people who lost their lives, fighting
Yeah,
against
that's
the
true.
Yeah.
yeah. But I think maybe we can all say that we learn a lesson on how
Yeah.
important is life. I
Yeah.
think you may have bought a lot of things and suddenly you couldn't wear it because you're
Yeah.
in that you couldn't use it. Maybe that's that kind of realization as well. Yeah.
That's true. And
Well,
also
okay, go ahead.
and also before, because before I never asked my mom, my family how they are, but now every time I ask them how they are, everything is fine. Because now just only I send money, then no, nothing. I didn't send a message, but now I always checking them. If they need something, I give them like that because I know how hard now in Philippines. And
About you, Gigi, do you have me time that you're saying that they are all at home as well? You're doing and helping them
Well,
in homework, yeah?
yeah, before, the first lockdown, it's really, for me, this really, changed me a lot because they're not here. They're just, almost 6 months they are away. So at that moment, I have kind of the time it changed my, my lifestyle, like the dieting. I did, a lot of, sports and dieting and everything. So it lost me how many kilos. And it's really good. The first lockdown, it changed me, my lifestyle, my health and everything. So I lost almost, I think, 12 kilos. That's why, yeah, I'm thankful for that. But the usual now, the second lockdown, because they're back, of course I'm very busy. I work 11 hours, but at the end of the day, when I'm finished, it's the good thing. They just let you go and do your own. I'm going home because my house, it's also a walking distance from my employer's house, so it's easy for me, to go home and I don't travel. So for me, I can, when I'm home, I, of course, I'm early. I sleep early. That's the good thing. I don't have, I'm not the late person who sleep at like this. And I wake up also early in the morning. Sometimes if I'm not lazy, I'll run. But when the winter was, I didn't go because it's very cold. But sometimes I do also. So for me, this lockdown, like, it changed, for me, a lot of things, like, to be grateful, because, like you said, a lot of people,
Yeah,
lose their
That's
jobs and everything.
that's
Yeah,
true.
that's why the only thing that I just want to do is to say thank you, because you know what, even, cause, a lot of things of this lockdown, but we still, should be grateful, because, it changed us a lot.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a wake up call for all of us,
okay.
It's
Yeah, I remember well, sometimes I went to London and I had to sleep and I slept with her flat. And every morning, yeah, we had to stop by in Starbucks. Okay, Starbucks. Before we go to work, it's Starbucks. Yeah.
Now
So
no more.
we also
yeah.
there are also other friends that we can chat, in the morning, that also passing by before going to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think quite many of them are saying, "Oh, they save a lot of money, because Starbucks is very expensive, yeah, for
Coffee.
something, for just a coffee, yeah." Anyway, Saida, how about you? Do you have your me time? What
Yes.
happened when you've been locked down? I remember you stay in hotel. How was that?
Yes. It happened that the first, is it first lockdown or second lockdown? November. Is it second lockdown?
Second lockdown, yeah,
Second lockdown, yeah. The
yeah.
first, yeah, first lockdown is
Yeah,
fine because,
November something like that.
yeah, the second lockdown, it happened that I need to be at the hotel for a month.
Mm.
Because my land, yung aming tinitiran, wag nang Inglesin, my landlord, I used to live in a couple, which is they are elderly. So
Mm.
of course expect that uh, if they are positive, you're gonna be isolate.
Mm.
So I have no choice. Either I need to stay to my employer as a living in, or I need to book a hotel. I
Mm.
tried to I tried to stay 1 week to my employer, but because the house is not for like um uh for living in. So I was in a studio room. So
Mm.
I'm not comfortable really. You don't have toilet. You need to share a toilet with the kids, and then I need to get up like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and you need to use the toilet. Once you open the door, it's gonna bang, so the baby's
Mm.
not gonna get up. So it's not really quite easy for me. So I decided to book a hotel, but the first 1 week
You're so rich.
my employer paid for me for that week, and the following the third week I used to pay it now. It's not, but it's cheaper because it's a lockdown. No one in there. I be on my own.
So you are the boss.
Yeah, but
Queen of
as
the
There's a
long
hotel.
as
reception. There's a
employer
reception in there.
pay, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. My employer paid for me for 1 week. They know it. They know that I was in the hotel, and then they pay for me. And then the third week, because it's a cheaper, so it's fine. And then a walking distance, so it's like 5 minutes walk from them. So even I get up in the morning, and then
Mm.
but I learn a lot because during the lockdown, there's no we could like before. Unlike before, I used to have on the parties all the time. Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, I was with Gigi. We're having
Yeah.
together all the time every Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I was with a different community because I'm involved in the different groups as well. So I'm saving money. I'm saving time to get rest early in the night.
And
So
you're living in hotel.
yeah, but that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. But the
so
thing is,
good.
I gained like 3 kilos because it's a
Oh
lockdown.
my goodness, that's not good.
And that's
So
fine.
I need to control. Now it's
Yeah,
fine.
you need to control. Yeah.
I need to control everything. I need to be balanced everything. How we do it, like the before, the lifestyle before, and the now, the lockdown that you're staying only at home. So you need to be balanced on that. And the more thing that I learned is, you saving money because there's no party at all. So
Fair for travel.
there's no travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I I need to speak to my family that what lesson or need to learn during the pandemic, because it's not easy for them back home. Like they lost their job. So this is now the reality that if you're working and then suddenly you turn down, you don't have
Save
income.
money. Yeah.
So other me here, me here, because I'm the one abroad. I need to help them. I couldn't let them like step down, like uh, turning down, nothing to help. I am here to them to support, especially my brother and my sister. So I'm helping them because how many months the pandemic in Philippines? 3 months more than, isn't it? So
Mm.
I
Yeah,
support
something like
them. The kids did not go to school because of that, but which is nothing to give baon, but
Mm.
for the family that the needs, the daily
They have
needs that they have, food,
effort.
especially food. And then it's not easy, but at least I'm saving here but
Sending
sending
money.
to Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are same,
yeah.
ate
Uh,
Saida.
So
We
people
are
your
will
same.
save goes to
uh,
Philippines.
people will
Always
say
in the Philippines.
So there's no save at all,
people
in
will
short.
No save at all, always in
yeah
the Philippines.
people saying that those who have family abroad are better off during the lockdown because at least we are sending money to them. Because I think like here in the UK as well, they couldn't go to work as well because of the lockdown. Yeah, because the lockdown there is stricter than our lockdown here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's true.
yes, it's
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
too
Because
strict.
my family, they cannot go to another place.
place.
And
Yes.
if they hired a motorcycle, they pay 500 pesos.
Yeah, something
So
like that.
how they can, every time I send money, they need to pay for the transport
Yeah.
Yes.
500.
Okay.
And the market has a time to open it, because they need to open morning and then the afternoon should be
Mm.
closed. So
Yeah.
there's a day, Monday, Tuesday, this is open for that barangay. The following the following day, so it's not easy, you
That's
know.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's the
true.
problem in our country. It's because
Yes.
delivery grocery is not common,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
especially in
I
village.
like
Unlike
that.
here that you will just stay at home, that your food will
Yeah.
come.
But
Yeah, just
it was also difficult, guys, because I think especially during the first lockdown, because if you order online, I think all fully booked, yeah, and
Yes, or fully
yeah,
booked.
so
Yes.
that was a problem, and I think we were delivering food. We I think it's an opportunity for us to thank everybody, the around the borough of London, that there were people that, and maybe until now they are still doing that. They go to they are volunteers, ordinary citizen, they have cars, so they go to shop, food. So we order, we give the list, and then they will buy it, and then they go and deliver that one because we couldn't do the online. And yeah, so we're
Yeah,
very much grateful, thankful to all people who did that for us, not just for
yeah,
domestic workers, but I think they've been delivering for those everybody, yeah, who needed the food, so they won't be hungry. So that's how we survive. But also we are grateful to all the donations from trust fund, from other people. There were so many people. That's why we managed to survive the lockdown from March until now. We're still doing, yeah, we're still
Almost
supporting
kicking
thank
alive.
you.
1 year, huh?
Yeah,
almost
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year
and
this
yeah,
Wow.
March.
how much money, yeah, how much donation we have from the public, from the donors, from even just the like Owen Jones tweeted our hardship fund, and there are so many people because he's activist, he's a social media influencer. Yeah, so just wanted so many people would donate. Yeah, so thank you very much for everybody who supported us, and until now we can survive because of all the donations. Yeah. So
Thank
guys,
you.
our next question. This is the last one, but I really want you to give us a deeper insight about this one, because we have the International Labor Organization Convention 189, decent work for domestic workers. Workers should have 8 hours work, 8 hours rest, and 8 hours leisure, like any other profession. Do you want me to specify what do I mean with, because uh, from the time the hours of work that you told us now is 7 to 7, yeah? So that
Yeah.
12 hours of work.
Yes.
Yeah? And your employers, when you're talking about other profession, are actually just working 8 hours a day, typical, of any other profession. Although they are working overtime sometimes, but they are being paid. They are also the people who, if they want a nightlife, they can do so because their job ends at 5 o'clock normally, yeah? So if they start 9, they finish 5. Uh, what about for you guys? Would you want something like that as well? Because we have 24 hours a day. That's why 8, 8, 8, yeah? 8 hours work, 8 hours rest. That means your sleeping time and rest period. And 8 hours of whatever you want to do with, outside or even inside. You just watch TV. At least you're relaxing, yeah? Do you think domestic workers should have that kind of time? But
Yes.
Why if can, why not?
Because
Because
Yeah.
we are
normally
same
Marisa
workers.
working hours eight
Yeah,
hours
that's
a day.
Yeah.
So
normal.
that's the normal
For
hours.
domestic workers, 12 hours. I think we can explain why. Uh, your employer needs 1 hour to travel. Yeah, 1 hour or 1.5 hour from home to go to the work. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one point 1 hour or 1.5 hours to go to work. So that's why you start like 7. If the time to the job to reach in the
I
office is
think the
9,
normally start
yeah,
working here is
yeah,
around
8
8 or 9, something
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that.
9, that's
Yes.
why you start 7, yeah. So they have breakfast and then they travel to the work. And then they finish 5, they go home and travel again. Maybe they arrive 6 or 7, and then before 7, and then they have dinner, and then you keep all the wash dishes, and then stop at 7. That's the normal routine, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but do you think if you go, do you think 8 hours is workable for domestic workers? With that kind of you are there because when your employees leave, they need someone to look after the children or the parents, the elderly. Do you
Yeah,
think that's workable?
for me it's okay. Yeah, for me it's, yeah, it works on that.
How?
Yeah. Even
Yeah, because me, I start at 8 and then finish at 7. So they pay me. It's not it's not that one that kind of per week. No,
It's 5
they pay me per hour.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the more the more the more they hired me 1 hour on that, they're gonna pay me. So I don't mind. So
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, and then every Saturday the 4 hours, that's already an
Mm.
overtime. Supposed to be I'm working
So
Monday to Friday. So and then after I have 1 hour break on that 8 to 7. I have 1 hour break on that.
mm, yeah.
So whatever I'm gonna do on that, if I go out somewhere and have lunch outside, it's fine because that's on my contract.
Mm,
So I need to follow our contract between me and my employer. So it's fine, and for like 8 hours sleeping for me, 8 9 more than every night, it's
mm,
fine. And then uh yeah, it gives you because we need sometimes to be our mind to be rest,
to rest,
not
yeah, to
not
relax.
always we do the 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours working with them or whatever. Even you are living in,
Mm,
you need to be uh like argue on that on your employer that you need to be have 8 hours sleeping every day, or it depends on you because
mm,
mostly you're watching telly, you said you're watching Netflix, so it's up to you, but we need 8 hours or less, 6 7, because at about our age now is 30s 40s, we couldn't reach the 8 or 9 hours during at
mm,
night. So it's up to us how we
mm.
manage, but during the day 8 hours is fine to work, or 9, as long as your employer pay for you excess on that.
Yeah. But about you, Sarah, what's your opinion about that? Because you also work 12 hours a day, but is that 12 hours being paid really? Or
I think what Saida said, it's like if you are paying by per hour, so I think
I,
it's the option is with you,
yeah.
you know. So for me, it's if it's a compulsory, it's on a contract that these working hours like 8 or 9. I think 8 or 9 is better. It's because from the beginning in the morning you will wake up and you will travel like 45 to 1 hour. Am I right?
Mm.
Yes, majority of the so how many hours you spend for yourself to prepare yourself and for travel, so I consider that traveling is not a joke every day. And second thing is, for example, you will go home and the time is, for example, you will be at home at 6 or 7, or majority is 8 or 9. Am
Mm.
I right? Yeah, so in within 8 or 9, what you can do, even you cannot go to the park because the park is closed. So I mean, is what you're gonna will do? What is your option? Nothing. Just to have a dinner, watch Netflix and sleep. I mean, because it's impossible to go somewhere else more.
Yeah,
So
you
I
cannot
mean, it's a
do.
for socialization.
Yeah.
So
At least
yes.
you have
So I think is
your own time to sit. At least
yes,
you don't watch TV. That is
yes,
still the kind of socialization that you can do
yes,
during the lockdown.
yes. Kind of
What
like
about
that.
you? Yeah. What about you, Joy? Lovely Joy. What's your stand? Would you like to have an 888, or you want to have 12? Where are you
I
going to
want to
drop
try that
the
888.
888?
Yeah, I really, really love to try that 888
Yeah,
because here you already, it seems like because it's hard to talk.
you're listening.
Yeah, that's
And in
why.
addition, also that when you are on
Yeah,
work, I mean, as in a working place, obviously you are working.
yeah,
It's not like you are working in the office. You are just sitting. You are
yeah,
completely working, body and
yeah.
mind.
What about
So
you, Gigi? Do you
Well,
want an 888?
of course, I want that one. But the thing is, when you enter a job, this is your deal. This is your contract. When you start the interview, when they ask you, this is already a deal that this is the hour that you work. And of course, they're paying you the price of the whole week that you work. So even
mm,
at, yeah, you don't at the moment, of course, you don't have any choice. But this is, but if you're asking me, of course, I want that kind of, working
yeah,
hours, eight
everybody.
hours. Everybody wants that one. But the
Yes.
thing is, you want to earn money, you don't have a choice. You need to embrace this kind of, this kind of policy that they wanted. And besides, for me, you have also break. It's fine as long as they give you a time to break. They give you, like,
Okay, guys.
and
Yeah. Okay, go on. What I have to say? Go on.
sorry. Yep, and the good thing is they always go on a holiday, and so I think it's fair. My employer is fair for me and everything. I don't have to,
Yeah.
yeah, to ask for more and like this, like that. So I don't have anything to complain. Only that one for me.
Okay,
That's
okay, guys. To all the viewers, and if you are domestic worker, I think quite many of you are not exercising your rights to break. Yeah, if you
yeah.
work 12 hours, actually 2 hours of that is your break
Yes,
time.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
1 hour during the lunchtime, or 20 or 30 minutes in the morning tea break, and another tea break in the afternoon. Yeah, so you're actually not exercising. You have to do that, guys, because you know sometimes it's your time. Why it's your break time. You do whatever you want to do. That you can
Yes,
Facebook, you can TikTok. Yeah,
mm,
Yeah.
other than
Especially
stealing
Marisa, for
time
those
during your work hours when you should have your own break time. Why is it that you're saying, Saida?
who are in living in, they need to do that.
Yes.
They need to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah. Oh, it's my break time. It's my lunch time. Sit down.
Yeah.
Do it. Your phone is
Or
done.
go
Relax.
to your room.
Put
Yeah,
up
go to
your
your
legs.
room. Relax.
Stressed.
Yeah.
Stretch
Okay.
your legs.
Go out in the
Sometimes if
garden.
sometimes if I'm working, I use this headphone like this,
so
listening
that you
music.
cannot hear anything.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
So
Cover my ears.
do that in your break times. And
Mm.
guys, to me, because I work uh,
At home.
No, no, I work part-time. I not it's not part-time. I think I did a relief work as nanny. Yeah, so the nanny went to holiday and they needed someone, so I replaced. And then why 888 is possible? Yeah. Do you think that making breakfast for the children should be the one doing that? Because the, the children needs them as well, and not all rely to the nanny. Yeah,
Yes, that's true.
that time, it should be the parents, either the mother. Some of them, quite many mothers are not really working. They are just they're having their own social life. Yeah, so so I had to do that for the little boy, and she could walk her dog. Why you couldn't even send your child to school? Yeah, that's your son, and also the in the evening, when the homework, once in a while, help them also the bath time, that should be their bonding time, not because whole day the child is with the nanny already, and you're there in the time, and that should be, and then in a short while that child will go to sleep already. Yeah, so that 888 is actually possible if only the parents also
Yeah.
would time to the parents. That's why you will see the children are closer to the nanny.
Oh, yes.
It's because they don't make this effort, to bond with their own kids. Yeah, it is possible if we only make that happen. I did say, you give me the dog, you go and you go and take your child to school. Yeah. So you have time to bring the dog out. This is your kid. Come on, this is your son, and he's crying and he wants you. Why are you refusing? you, so sometimes, I go for job interview. I look at how the mothers, treat the kids, because to me, I didn't have my children with me for so many years, 17 years, while the children are there. Why you refuse to look after them? Yeah, and rely everything to the nanny who will do other work. Yeah, the multitask, housekeeping, ironing, yeah, laundry, even gardening, yeah. So,
Mm.
and you have the kids. I think, what was the job that Fulera posted? 4 months old and and
It
four
kills
years
me,
old,
that message.
4 years old, and then you need to be very clean in house cleaning. My goodness, what kind of parents or mother you are, to demand for very clean, you should be asking, forget about the housework as long as my children are safe, are being loved, are being taken care of. That's why when I go to MJ, it's not about just I ask them to ask me, but also I question back. I also, because we are mothers, maybe Sarah is not, but you are mother to your siblings, yeah? How many siblings, Sarah?
10. We are 10 siblings. I
Me.
am the elder.
She's the eldest of the
Oh
mother.
my goodness.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I need more power.
yeah. So I think, guys, I totally agree with you. Just as long as you are being paid by hourly, yeah, that your work overtime is being paid. Because employers should also think of that while they are working, there are domestic workers working at home, and if they are being paid, they also have to realize that how they feel if they are the one working overtime and not being paid. It's the same to migrant domestic workers. If they need social life, we also need social life.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, thank you guys. I think it's a very good discussion. I hope our viewers learn so much. And guys, last time you want to leave a message for International Women's Day. Did you prepare something? Joy?
Uh, You were given this life because you are strong enough to live it.
Very good. What about you, Sarah? You have something?
For me is my message to all of the women all over the world. What you said that the mother should spend, even they have a worker, they should spend time for their kids while they are young. You know what I mean? I hope that they will realize, that they should or they must have a
Mm,
time for them. They should not rely for the worker,
mm,
because the worker will leave anytime.
yeah,
But as you, as a mother, you will be responsible for your children for the rest of your
yeah.
life. So I hope that they will realize that one.
And that also will help not to abuse the worker if they give more time to their children. That's very good, Sarah. What about you, Gigi? Your message?
Yeah, I would say I'm grateful to be a woman. I hope you too. Just remember, we are powerful, we are unstoppable.
Yay! That's the spirit of
Yeah,
woman.
yeah.
What about you, Saida? You have something to share?
Yeah, amazing thing happen when women help other women. So this is between you and the employer helping each other in one in a household course. Like, it's easy. It's easy because it's not like you are not think that because you are employer, you are an employee. No, it's not like that. You be treated like your friends, a sister for
Mm,
them, something like that. So the work inside of your workplace is easy. It's like you're gonna be have a peace and quiet lifestyle.
yeah,
So that's what I'm because maybe my employer is like same as mine, like same we are same age, or maybe I'm older than them. That's why we are like
mm,
sister.
okay,
Mm,
yeah.
that's
Okay,
good.
thank you, ladies. And I want
Thank you,
you
everyone.
to, yeah, I want to leave you guys and everyone. A woman becomes a reflection on how you treat her. If you don't like how she is acting, look at how you are treating her. So thank you to all my beautiful guests
Thank
and,
you.
Thank you.
and
Thank
to
you,
all
everybody.
Thank
viewers.
you.
We see you tomorrow night again for our what's our topic to tomorrow? I think it's future plans.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I think it's this
Okay.
time 8:30 or 9 o'clock because we base on their availability what time they finish work because sometimes we say at 8:30, sometimes 9. Yeah, so thank you ladies and thank you everyone. We see you tomorrow night for our fifth day of International Women's Day. Have a good evening everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
Bye
Goodbye.
you.
Happy
bye. Have a good
Women's Day.
night.